For the longest time, children have always sought after things, places, and experiences to keep them entertained. They would walk around and explore the world, play basketball in the local park, or even climb trees. However, due to the emergence of technology paired with the pandemic, they now spend their days stuck on their beds with their eyes trained on whatever video game or show they find interesting. This shut in culture has worried a lot of parents because studies show that excessive screen time can lead to obesity, bad eyesight, and even the lack of social skills.
Now let's zoom in on Super Mama Sarah. Super Mama Sarah is a married 36-year-old executive manager, part of the AP socioeconomic class. She works around the clock to provide and care for her family, and she always wants to make sure that her daughter is healthy while having access to the best things, such as the newest video games to accompany her when Super Mama Sarah goes off to work. However, she noticed that her child has become too attached to technology and lacks fundamental life skills such as socialization and valuing physical activity. Although Sarah is happy to see her daughter have fun playing games every day, she's becoming more concerned with her child's holistic development. And she's worried not only for its negative implications on her child's health, but also on how people will perceive her as a mother. However, Super Mama Sarah knows that she simply cannot stop her child from using technology, as it has become an important part of her daily life. What would people say about her if her child isn't getting the utmost care?
Now, it's time to meet Techie Tanya, Super Mama Sarah's daughter and who is also our secondary target market. As an only child, Techie Tanya is usually seen playing Pokemon on her Nintendo Switch since she does not have a lot of playmates. Her parents force her to take a break from using her gadgets and to lessen her screen time. But even during those breaks, Techie Tanya can't help but think of the characters from her game.
Now, is technology to blame for Techie Tanya's unhealthy habits? Not necessarily. It's more of a matter of how we've been using it. Despite having over 5,000 fitness establishments in the country, only 0.38% of these cater to children, with most of them specializing in different activities, limiting the fun and physical development of the children there. Moreover, gyms in the country only recently adopted an online or hybrid approach due to the pandemic. An emerging trend is making use of fitness wearables and gamified workouts. However, these fitness wearables and gamified workouts are just for the adults, leaving kids behind in the pursuit of a healthy, fit, and fun lifestyle. And we believe this needs to change.
We now see that for a mother like Super Mama Sarah, who despite continuing to give Techie Tanya access to technological devices for leisure, she is still desperately trying to find a way to help her get into healthier habits. From this, we draw our consumer insight. I am unable to give my child the best environment to thrive in because of the pandemic, my busy work schedule, and the lack of safe spaces for kids to play. This forced me to turn to technology to entertain and develop my child. However, this has backfired since my child has now become addicted to video games and is no longer physically active. I wish there was a way for me to instill the value of fitness and healthy habits in them.
Maintaining an active lifestyle during the developmental years of children is important to keep kids like Techie Tanya healthy and fit. But how can Super Mama Sarah get her up and about when technology is much more enticing for Techie Tanya's playtime? We propose our solution, Active Reality, a gamified smart gym powered by Nintendo and made for kids.
Building on children's love for video games, the lack of gamified and smart gyms in the country, as well as the increase in health-conscious individuals due to the pandemic, Active Reality positions itself as such. To working millennial parents in the AB class with a desire for the holistic development of their children's health and wellness, but lack the time and energy to hone it themselves, Active Reality is a safe, gamified smart gym for kids that utilize technology to provide them with an immersive and fun fitness experience that hones and develops basic physical skills.
Through Active Reality's marketing plan, we will become an exceptional competitor in the fitness industry and become at par with global standards. By the end of 2025, we aim to grow our memberships to 500 unique members. To achieve this business goal, we have 4 marketing objectives. Number 1, to drive brand awareness. Number 2, to generate high-quality interactions with our brand. Number 3, to achieve sales on all services and subscriptions. And lastly, to build customer relationships and encourage membership renewals. These 4 objectives are further broken down into specific targets, of which we plan to observe metrics, such as our average monthly growth, click-through rates, conversion, social media engagement, buying goal completion, and retention rate.
Now, I know what you're thinking. What exactly is Active Reality? Well, as seen in the brand's logo, Active Reality combines fitness and tech to give kids a unique, gamified, and fun fitness experience. This is further highlighted with the brand's color scheme, which is inspired by the Nintendo Switch-like colors. The hero service of the brand is Beyond Fitness, a themed hybrid fitness program for children that utilizes gamified equipment to retain children's focus and capture their interest as they develop primary fitness skills. Workouts will be done both in studio and online for 10 sessions. On weekends, there will be no in-studio classes for our members since the gym will be open to walk-ins, allowing any kid to try our gamified equipment and exercise routines for 1.5 hours. In the regular workout classes of our members, kids will be experiencing various themed activities that would make the exercise exciting. For example, balance exercises will have a ninja theme, while endurance activities will have an adventure theme. Kids will also be making use of gamified equipment and Fitbits while doing these exercises to monitor their progress while maintaining their interest. For example, we have VR goggles to better stimulate the balance exercises. We have exclusive Nintendo Switch games that help kids with their cardio. And we even have an interactive projector that could help kids with their precision as they hit moving targets on the wall.
Active Reality will also be providing customers with a mobile app to download. In the app, there are several features such as e-payment methods, async fitness challenges, the fitness profile and progress report of the kid, and their fitness badge collection. This provides kids with prizes after unlocking a certain number of badges. There is also an online fitness community where the kids can post so that their friends who are also Active Reality patrons can see and interact with them, thus improving the social skills of the child. Last but not the least, kids will be given active buddies. These are pets that kids can take care of and accessorize in the Active Reality app. Kids can level up their active buddies and unlock accessories, skins, backgrounds, and others by participating in Active Reality classes, winning team challenges, and unlocking badges.
So for the company's pricing, the group decided to adopt a skimming pricing strategy for Active Reality in order to gain a high return of investment, establish a high-quality brand image, and be able to adjust the prices over time. Moreover, the group used product line pricing as the brand will be adopting the 3-tier pricing model, basic, standard, and premium, for the gym memberships, and will have weekend walking classes as part of their product line. By giving the target market options for Active Reality's main service, the brand is able to satisfy each type of customer on the basis of their budget and features they want to avail.
Active Reality is also made convenient and accessible, and this will be seen further through its brick and mortar branch and its application. The first Active Reality branch for year 1 is in Taguig City, which is one of the top 10 wealthiest cities and child-friendly cities in the Philippines. Now, before children go inside Active Reality, they will be greeted by our outdoor layout, which will be decorated with Active Reality posters and logo colors. Now, entering the building, this is the proposed indoor layout for the first Active Reality gym, where children may get the Fitbits from reception, inquire about concerns in the office, visit the locker rooms to change, then go directly into the main area to interact with the other children and instructors. In order to keep Active Reality's branding, staff will be required to wear a service personnel uniform as flashed here. Now, on the digital side, the Active Reality app will be available on the App Store and Google Play, and users will be prompted to install the app through ads.
As Active Reality is a newly established brand, it is necessary to promote the business through a multi-channel approach, wherein the brand will be utilizing both digital and traditional methods. To guide the overall promotional strategy, we present Active Reality's IMC campaign. Guided by our consumer insight previously mentioned, our campaign's big idea is this: let technology be the solution, not the distraction. Active Reality is here to help kids like Techie Tanya experience the best of both worlds, wherein technology is not only used for fun, but also for your child's holistic development. To execute this IMC plan, the following promotional strategies will be implemented by the brand: advertising campaigns, sales promotions, public relations campaigns, and digital marketing. Among our different campaigns, I will be discussing our 2 key marketing initiatives. First is our advertising campaign, which is necessary for brand awareness and recognition. To convince the target market on how Active Reality can help your children experience the best of both worlds, and to help them learn more about our service, the brand will be utilizing potential and adventure appeal in their advertisements. Furthermore, advertisements will be released both traditionally in posters at malls near our gym's physical location and digitally through videos and static photos posted in our social media pages. Second is our digital marketing campaigns, which focuses on increasing customer engagement. Hence, Active Reality will be utilizing social media influencers and fun gimmicks, such as an AR filter on Instagram, wherein consumers will be moving around alongside Nintendo characters. To increase engagement further, the brand will have an Active On challenge, wherein parents, together with their kids, will post their most creative videos on Instagram while utilizing the AR.
So how will the startup work? Before class, employees sanitize the gym while coaches prepare for class. Once the customer enters the studio, they get a Fitbit from the receptionist before proceeding to the training area. Just before the class starts, kids put their active buddies on exercise mode. The coach then starts the class with a warm-up exercise and then skills training for around 35 minutes. Kids then have a 5-minute break before proceeding with the team activities, where the kids will be divided into groups to compete against each other using the skills they learned at the start of the class. Afterwards, kids proceed with a cool-down exercise and then bring their active buddies back from exercise mode as the class ends. Data from the Fitbit will automatically be uploaded to the app, while coaches upload any additional progress reports or notes they wish to make. After class, kids can shower and freshen up in our bathrooms. Once done, they go to the reception to surrender their Fitbit and then leave the studio. Staff then sanitize the area before the next batch of students arrive.
The HR management will be under the care of our Chief HR Officer, aided by operations and marketing and the tasks listed on screen. All roles will be subject to evaluations under the following criteria on a quarterly basis, but only trainers are entitled to special incentives since they are the most hands-on with the kids and parents.
For the quality management, Active Reality has clear measures and guidelines to ensure the quality of the gym and its service. This includes daily maintenance checking routine of the equipment, monthly reports regarding the employee's performance and attitude in the workplace, reports on children's performance, customer satisfaction surveys, facility maintenance, safety standards, and COVID protocols.
To ensure that Active Reality does not only prioritizes their profit but also the people and planet, Active Reality will be following a triple bottom line approach.
Active Reality has allocated its business decisions in a 5-year span for cost efficiency. The first and third year will focus on strategic funding, hiring, acquisition of equipment, and employee training since branches will open in these years. These will be complemented by marketing efforts focused on brand awareness in the first 3 years. Years 2, 3, 4, and 5 will focus on loyalty by means of promotional gimmicks. Every year, the business shall prioritize operational efficiency. Given this, new personnel will be hired in years 2 and 3. Finally, the gym will implement a yearly price increase with respect to inflation rates.
As seen in the price slide, Active Reality's revenue model is a 3-tier membership subscription model and a walk-in transactional model. As seen on the screen, both models are profitable. They both spike up in year 3 due to the newly opened branch and continuously increase.
For the brand's funding, Active Reality will be needing a total of 3,500,000 pesos. 70% will be debt in the form of 10-year loan, and the remaining 30% will be invested by the brand's Chief Executive Officer. As for their loan repayment schedule, the brand will draw the full amount at the start of the first year and will pay off a portion of their 10-year loan at the end of the first year, since the brand has sufficient cash to pay it back with interest. The brand's payback period is at 1.52, which shows that the business is able to recover the initial investment as early as their second year and can quickly reinvest their cash into business growth in the next 3 years. The initial investment's risk level will only be for a short period of time, and investors can expect that the business will generate positive returns starting from the second year. As for their NPV, it is valued at 34,530,531 pesos, which indicates that the projected earnings generated by the investment will be greater than the anticipated cost. The brand's projected IRR is at 254%, which also means that Active Reality is able to exceed their cost of capital as the business generates more net cash flows as years go by, reassuring investors that the investment will be worthwhile with the company's growth potential.
Viewing Active Reality's income statement, we are able to see a loss in the year 2023 from the initial expenses incurred to start the business. However, from the years 2024 to 2027, it will reflect a year-on-year increase in income, and double the income is expected from the opening of a new branch in 2024. Ultimately, Active Reality's 2 sources of income, which are the monthly subscriptions and weekly walk-in rates, will provide it with enough money to keep it afloat for 5 years.
2023 to 2027, an increase in the assets of Active Reality is expected due to an increase in cash caused by an increase in retained earnings and unearned revenue. By 2025, cash and PPE will significantly increase since the second branch will be open. Active Reality does not have any accounts payable as well, since all obligations are paid for before the year ends, specifically employee salaries and bonuses. Moreover, Active Reality does not have any suppliers they constantly interact with, since most of our supplies and equipment are one-time purchases. Active Reality pays everything upfront to ensure smooth operations. Lastly, as the years progress, the total liabilities of Active Reality decreases while their total equity increases due to the retained earnings, signifying that Active Reality is quite profitable.
For the 5-year cash flow statement, in year 1, Active Reality had a negative operating and investing cash flow as the company made the necessary investments in property and equipment and overhead costs needed. However, in year 3, the operating cash flow becomes positive while investing cash flow remains negative. This indicates that the company is making money and spending it to grow by adding a new branch in year 3.
Moving on to profitability ratios, with these financial statements in mind, it is important to analyze Active Reality's ability to generate profit by calculating the operating and net profit margin. We observed that the brand incurred a negative operating and net profit margins during the first year, as our financial resources were used on recurring costs and assets to acquire new customers and gain market shares. Nonetheless, the brand's operating and net profit margin continuously increased from year 2 until year 5, thus showing that the business efficient control of operating costs, higher pricing, and better marketing initiatives that increase customer demand, allowing us to earn sufficient revenue to maintain the business.
To measure how effectively the brand is using the investment, Active Reality analyzed the return on assets and return on equity using the DuPont analysis. The ROA was found negative during the first year. However, in the next 4 years, the ROA becomes positive and relatively high, meaning that the brand is able to effectively manage our assets. As for the ROE, it was also negative during the first year. Nonetheless, it became positive in the next 4 years. The movement in this ratio is mainly driven by the brand's net loss incurred in the first year, in turn making the ROE negative. However, when the brand started increasing the prices and selling more services, the net profit increased significantly, which also increased the ROE. Ultimately, the positive and high ROA and ROE in the next 4 years proves that Active Reality will be generating profit and returns for their investors.
For the liquidity ratios, during the first year, Active Reality has a current ratio that is greater than 1 and is significantly increasing throughout the years. This indicates that the company is less likely to face financial difficulties since it has more than enough current assets than current liabilities to cover its debts. For the leverage ratios, Active Reality also has a high debt-to-asset ratio during its first year. This is due to the fact that the company's assets are being financed with debt. This is also why the company has a high asset-to-equity ratio in year 1 as well. However, these ratios will be lowered in the following years as the company decreases its reliance on debt. The company also has a high debt-to-equity ratio in its first year, which is also lowered throughout the years, which indicates that the company will lower the amount of financing through loans. Active Reality can meet all of their financial obligations moving forward, which makes the company an attractive investment.
Let's see how Super Mama Sarah and Techie Tanya are doing. Now, as a regular subscriber of Active Reality services, Super Mama Sarah no longer sees technology as a mere distraction to her child. In fact, it is the solution in guaranteeing Techie Tanya's holistic development and wellness. As for Techie Tanya, she not only gets to enjoy exciting activities with her membership, she also gets to develop new skills and make real friends that she wouldn't have been able to otherwise by just staying on her iPad. With Active Reality, this family can finally experience the best of both worlds.